We're talking about the most anticipated Husqvarna chainsaw in a long time, the 550i. No, just kidding. We're going to be talking about the 564 and the 550i. There's been lots of speculation about the cost of the 564 ever since Husky launched that or announced it. You know, we've been watching videos in Europe where we have to use dubbing to understand what they're saying, but it looks impressive. I'm excited about the weight savings. I'm excited about the technology. Yes, Husqvarna is not the first to launch a fuel-injected chainsaw, but is it because they were trying to perfect it versus the 500i? Bodie at Empire Workshop had some really good points about how he thinks that the 500i is lackluster compared to what it could be. There's no denying it's powerful. There's no denying it's lightweight. There's no denying that it's been a reliable saw. But what it hasn't been, relatively fuel efficient. It uses a ton of fuel. Is Husqvarna going to remedy that? Are they going to have the perfect balance between power, weight, and fuel economy? Some people may not see fuel usage as much of an issue, but I know that people working out in the woods, if you can only carry so much fuel with you and you're going to be cutting a lot, the amount of fuel a saw uses can matter. Now, what you're really here for is an official bit of information from Husqvarna announcing approximately when these saws are going to be available in the United States. Also, the MSRP. You got that right. The MSRP is now public, and I believe I'm going to be the first to bring that to you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the website. I will show you where you can find this information by clicking on my address bar, and let's get started. I was made aware of this information initially through sawsuppliers.com, a great place to buy Husqvarna and Echo equipment using discount code OAKIE10, OAKIE. You know, we sell an increasing amount of 562 XPs. Previously, the 620 hands down was like a slam dunk. It was the most sold chainsaw through my links. The 2511 was close behind, but I'm seeing a massive amount of 562s come through, people saving big money using that discount code OAKIE10, OAKIE 10. Now, this is the information that I was made aware of, and then I went and did some Google searching and found that you can find this information as well. This is not exclusive to dealerships. Dealerships were made aware of this, but it is posted for the public to see. So let's take a look. On here, we've got the US Husqvarna website. I'll click here. You could take a look at it. We got husqvarna.com/US discover professional-chainsaws. All the promotional material we've all seen. We have seen every bit of this promotional material, more than likely, if you are anticipating this saw, as I am. Now, one thing I wasn't excited about was how much this thing was going to be. There was people rumoring that this saw was going to cost as much as a 500i. The 500i is increasingly becoming prohibitively expensive. There's 1600 plus now. You know, by the time you put tax in there and everything else, that's just mind-blowing. That's a very expensive professional saw. It's a great saw, but it's very expensive. So if the 564 XP was going to be anywhere near there, $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, I was going to have to respectfully bow out because I didn't think that was a good option. I thought there was better options, maybe. All right, so you might have already taken a look and seen, but we are showing officially now from Husky early 2026. They're showing the 550, and that was launched side by side along with the 564. I know what you're here for, not necessarily. We all kind of assumed 2026, and early 2026 doesn't necessarily tell us a lot yet. But MSRP is what we're all here for, and that's what I'm most excited about, and I think you might be pretty happy with this. So we're taking a look again. Everyone has seen this, but look at this, guys. I know you're most excited about this right here, the 550i with battery and charger for $1,279. No, we're here for the 564 XP, fuel injected animal of a machine, and that is $1,099.99. So we're talking $1,100. Bodie at Empire Workshop was very close. I want to say that he deduced using the German pricing and exchange rates and difference in price of 562 versus our price and their price, and he came in somewhere around $1,070 to $1,100, and he was right on. Fuel injected chainsaw for $1,100. It's going to be one of the most anticipated Husqvarna chainsaws there ever was. I really do believe that. Everyone's kind of wanting to see the next level. I love the auto-tune and computer-controlled saws, without a doubt. They make things just so incredibly nice. It's hands off. You start it, you run it, you do your maintenance, you're good to go, and you're getting peak performance. What I want to know is, are we going to be seeing a 574, a 594? That's what I want to see from Husqvarna, is if this is a good technology. And as Bodie said, if this thing is a gas hog, then maybe we ought not be messing with it. Because if it's just fuel injected for the sake of fuel injection, we already have good, powerful saws that are electronically controlled using carburation. So if they were able to find a great balance between power, reliability, and fuel efficiency, Husqvarna may be the one to beat in terms of fuel injection technology. I find it really interesting that STIHL hasn't come out with another fuel injected saw. Very interesting. You know, I always kind of assumed that maybe it just wasn't worth it. Maybe their margins weren't good enough. It's just interesting. Why don't they have a 261 version, or like a 260i or something like that? The other news here, we've got that battery saw. I know you all are just chomping at the bit. That is really high. This really shows the difficulties with the battery tools. It's $180 more for the battery saw with the charger and one battery. $180 buys a lot of two-cycle mix and fuel. That's a lot of fuel. That's a lot of hours of runtime on like a 550 XP, for example. You know, the tank is not that large. It lasts quite a while. A gallon of fuel can cut up a lot of wood. Now, of course, there are reasons for battery tools. I am increasingly more interested in them, but not as a direct replacement for gas, and not specifically, that's not exciting to me. I think $1,000 or so with a battery and charger, a bare tool in my opinion, the bare tool shouldn't be $830. I just don't see it. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good tool. It's not going to be an amazing tool. What do you guys think about this 550i? Is it something that you would be remotely interested in? What use case is there for it besides where you're mandated to use battery power? I was talking to a lawn care professional yesterday who uses mostly two-cycle equipment, but he is increasingly enjoying battery-powered stuff. Hedge trimmer, pole saw, all of that. And he likes it because he can start earlier in the morning. There's definitely a place for the technology. Let's get back to that 564. Is it something that you all want to get as soon as possible? Are you going to trust that they're going to have it right? Is this saw going to do what it promises to do? Is it going to be more reliable than the auto-tune saws? Are they pushing too much out of the saw? You know, an already high-strung saw. The 562 XP is really powerful. They are pushing, in my opinion, the limits of what you can do in that package. So you got to keep in mind, over the years, things have gotten lighter, more compact, and more powerful, more heat density in a smaller package. It's like two trajectories like intersecting to oblivion, right? You know, how far can you go? There's the law of diminishing returns. Certainly, I feel like we're racing towards that law of diminishing returns. We see that with the 500i. It's powerful, it's lightweight, and it's reliable, but it is fragile. So that the diminishing returns, where things have maybe gone awry, is the lightweight nature of the saw. In order to make it lightweight, it has sacrificed durability. Are we going to see on these new Husqvarna 564 fuel injected saws, are we going to see long-term reliability? That's the big thing. Let's take a look here specifically on their website. It says launching soon, $1,099.99. All right. It's showing the same options as what you have on a 562 XP. I have a 562 XP Mark 1. I might be skipping the 562 Mark II. I don't want that sort of redundancy, and I could sell my 562, but I like it. 28 inches is how I would buy it, and I would buy it with a light bar. It would be a 28-inch light bar setup, and many people would say, why on earth would you buy a 60cc saw with 28 inches? I am not a long bar fanatic. And by no means. My 562 has a 20-inch bar on it. But this is my opinion. To buy individual bars, 20-inch bars, 18-inch bars, 24-inch bars, are relatively affordable. As you go up in bar length, they get expensive. To me, this saw with a 20-inch bar is, well, you know what? This is interesting. So that MSRP is at an 18-inch bar. I would never buy this saw with an 18-inch bar. I know many people probably would, but that's not me. It would be minimum 20. So for me, my MSRP is really $1,120. It's going to probably have a 24 or a 28 more than likely light bar. It could be a 24-inch light bar, but my thought process is that I like to have the longer bars. It's much less of a hit to just get that longer bar. There's other options in short bars like 20 and 24 inch, like the Versa Cut bars. I absolutely love the Versa Cut bars for a bargain, how lightweight they are. I have videos comparing the flexibility of the Sumara Premium Light. I'll put links down in the description to a great partner of the channel, sawsuppliers.com, where you can get the best pricing on two-stroke mix bars, chains. They have great deals if you're going to buy multiple bars or multiple chains at once. They are just adding product constantly. But VersaCuts, you know, you can get a 24-inch bar for really affordable. So for me, 28-inch light bar, maybe the 24-inch light bar, but that's how I would configure it. How would you configure it from the factory? You know, when you order this from a company like Saw Suppliers or your local dealership, what size are you going to be looking for? Do you even care? This product will be launched soon. Replaceable nose. So this shows that it comes with a C85 chain. They have so many bar options on saws. You go to a vendor like Saw Suppliers and you drop through that list, you know, there is just option after option after option, SKU after SKU after SKU after SKU, because you've got .058, you've got .050, you've got semi-chisel, you've got skip options maybe, you might have full chisel, whatever. I'm probably wrong on some of those, but it just seems like the option list is so long. So I think, like many of you, I've experienced, sometimes you just get what you get. When I bought my 562, you know, I got a 28-inch non-light bar. I wanted the light bar, but availability was kind of poor, so I just kind of had to get what I could get. This is exciting news. You know, it is more expensive. I'm never excited to spend more money. I had on my original 562 a 28-inch bar. I purchased fuel and to extend the warranty and all that. That was before the YouTube channel had grown to where it was. I was planning on leaving it stock. It proved to be a saw that I needed to modify in order for it to work the best it could. And that includes having no more dealership warranty visits. The saw has been perfect since I put aftermarket parts on it. Prior to that, I had trouble. Now, I have lots of video content on that, and I have more content coming where I have a suspicion, and I suspect that there's more to that. It's not necessarily a design flaw in the saw. I have a suspicion that it's a lot of factors all coming together into one common issue, because my 550 and 562 both have exhibited similar type runnability issues, and it seems to be this time of the year. Like I said, content about that, it was mentioned in a video that came out either today or yesterday. This video will come out pretty quickly here. I'm really curious to see if this saw stock is going to be, that's really what I want to know is stock, is this saw ready to go where it's at? Because I love modified saws, but I'd be okay with a powerful saw that's not crazy loud. I love the loud stuff. It's a lot of fun, but really what I'm after is the snap and the crack. I want to know, is this saw going to have that same sort of excitement level and power level, and the main thing, reliability. Thanks for watching the Okie Woodsman channel. We will see you on the next one.